I am from How to Taxes with a new series of videos called How to Health. I wanted to do a video on how to start exercising without quitting, as I know a lot of people struggle in this area and I've had great success in it. I've worked out for 6 days a week for over 22 years. I wanted to share my tips with you as they've worked for me and I think they can work for you too. The first tip is to turn it into a non-negotiable. I'm sure you've heard it said that if you make your bed every day, if you have a bad day, you come home and at least your bed is made. But let's say you don't make your bed for 5 years, and at the end of the 5 years, on the next day you make your bed. Your bed is not going to look any different on that day than as if you've made it every day for the last 5 years. Obviously, with exercise, you would not look the same on that day if you skipped it for the previous 5 years. So this is so much better than making your bed. I also look at it like brushing our teeth. Even on our busiest days, we don't skip that. So if you don't go to bed until your workout is done, it's always going to get done. Tip number 2 is lace up your shoes. We're not always going to feel like exercising and we're not always going to be our best. On my worst days, I tell myself that I'm not going to worry about meeting my goal. But I find that an object in motion usually stays in motion, so once I get going, I usually find it in myself to meet my goal. The important thing is to show up every day. Tip number 3 is accountability. If you started a workout program in the past and you've stopped, you probably just need a little bit of help. Sometimes willpower is not enough to push us through. But you have options. You could get a trainer, you could get a workout partner, or you could join a class. Tip number 4 is distraction. I love this tip because it can make the time feel like it's going so much faster. You could watch TV, read a book, listen to music. I like listening to podcasts or learning something new. I also like memorizing scripture while I'm working out. One of my favorite distractions, though, is to work out with somebody else. I love going for hikes with someone. It just makes the time feel so fast. Tip number 5 is to make a goal. I don't usually stop working out until I meet my goal. Currently, my goal is 1 hour a day, but in some seasons it's been more, in some less. This is a goal, it isn't perfectionism. Some days you just have to pat yourself on the back for just showing up. On my hardest days, what I usually do is if I have to stop, I will continue on later and I will keep doing that until my goal is reached. For someone new, I would suggest setting the goal quite low, like maybe even just 3 minutes, as this is just like brushing your teeth. And by setting it low, it will help you show up every day. And once you get going, you will probably do even more than the 3-minute goal. And obviously, it would be good to work with your doctor on the goal. Tip number 6 is to get creative and have fun. And you might need to get creative. It might be raining outside and you might not have a gym membership. But if you have steps in your house, you could do steps. You could also do planks, squats, lunges, wall push-up, jumping jacks. You could do jump rope. You could work out to a video. You could put on music and dance. Also, make it fun. If you make it fun, you're going to want to do it. You could also join a sports team and then you'd also have the accountability factor. Tip number 7 is to make it routine. I find it very helpful to make exercise a scheduled part of the day. As soon as I get home from work, I change into my workout clothes and I get my exercise done. I think it is very efficient to schedule it. I think we'd be surprised at how much time we waste when we don't schedule something. I notice it on the one day that I do take off of exercising that I can very easily waste the hour that I exercise on the other days of the week. I think it's also good to look at habit forming and to remember for a habit to form, there needs to be a cue. So it is good to set out your workout clothes or to pack a workout bag, as that will serve as your cue to work out. It's also good to put a reward system in place, like getting a calendar out and checking off each day that you get your workout in, and then giving yourself the reward of either patting yourself on the back for doing something good for your body, or after you get in like maybe a month of working out, that you buy yourself something that you've been looking forward to. For a day that time is short, you might want to try a HIIT workout. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training and is supposed to give you the same amount of benefit than if you would work out for a longer period at a steady pace. In HIIT training, you work out for a high intensity pace for a period of time, followed by a period of rest or a period of going at a slower pace. So for example, if you're working on a stationary bike, you might pedal very fast for a period of 30 seconds and then pedal slower for a period of 30 seconds and then repeat. You could also go fast for 20 seconds and then rest for 30 seconds, or do the opposite where you go fast for 40 seconds and then rest for only 20 seconds. The last tip is to focus on the benefits. You don't always feel like going to work, but the benefit is the paycheck, so you show up. So to focus on the benefits of exercise, you would focus on the benefit to your body. One of the benefits that I'd like to point out is brain health. We can actually make part of our brain bigger by exercising. These are all the tips that have helped me over the last 22 years, and I hope that they're helpful to you too. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe for future health videos and of course tax videos.